Hi everyone, thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allendary. I'm a speech-language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out Home practice routine. I want you doing your Speak Out exercises every day. And if you are new to Speak Out therapy, perhaps just working one-on-one with a speech-language pathologist on the program, then maybe these sessions will help you to learn the exercises more quickly, giving you more time in your therapy sessions to work on other things that might be more challenging for you. Today's topic, did you know? Everybody say, did you know? Ready? Did you know? Again, did you know? And why don't you finish that sentence for me? Did you know? What is it? Say it with intent. Let's go ahead and take a sip of water and then we will get started. The reading material was inspired by John, who had given us some information about marine life, but he had sent some other facts that we did not include in the last session, and so we want to share them with you today. They're interesting. All right, let's start with the first Speak Out exercise, the warm-up. I want you to project every syllable forward. Speak out. May, me, my, mo, moo. Really exaggerate. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. Make sure to connect the syllables. You don't have to do the whole sequence on one breath. Don't even think about your breath, but try to connect them. May, me, my, mo, moo. Up and forward. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. All right, that's enough of those. Let's take a sip of water with intent. Hopefully you've already gotten into the chat. If you haven't, where it says type in your nickname, just type in your first name and where you're from. I love seeing where everybody is practicing from. Moving on to Speak Out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide and project that ah forward, up and over your computer or your television. Ready? Ah. We hold it a maximum of 10 seconds, which means you don't have to hold it that long. Let's do it again. Ah. Good. Let's do it again. Good. Make it consistent. The sound should be clear. If it's not, try to project out a little bit more. Ready? And one more, a shorter one. Good. Take a sip of water with intent. Grab that cup or glass. Really think about it. When you bring the cup to your mouth, think about it and swallow with intent. This is about becoming more aware of everything that you're doing. Everything that you're doing, because there is not enough dopamine with Parkinson's, things that used to be automatic now need to become intentional. The automatic system is highly dependent on dopamine. So anything you used to do without being really conscious of what you were doing, those movements, those automatic motor movements require dopamine, are highly dependent on dopamine. So when you used to walk down the street eating an ice cream cone, you didn't really think about what you were doing, okay? But now with Parkinson's not having enough dopamine, that would be more challenging. But the intentional motor system, that's the motor system we use when we focus, when we concentrate, when we're purposeful and deliberate. The intentional motor system does not need as much dopamine, and that's why it works. Let's move on to the glides. I want you to project out a steady ah and then slowly glide up. Here we go. Ah. Stop. Ah. Good. Let's try it again. Even though you're going up and down in pitch, you're still speaking out. Let's do it again. You've got this. We only have two more. Ready? If you find this challenging, one way we can make it a little bit easier is to do it a little bit faster. But we are still projecting out the ah, but we'll do it a little bit faster. Ready? Ah. Ah. Let's do one more like that, a little bit faster. Ready? Ah. Ah. Let's get some water with intent. We're going to do the counting now. We are counting to 16. We'll stop every 4 numbers. Project your voice forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Good. Now, if that's too challenging, then we will make it just a little bit faster. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're getting a good workout. Now let's go down. So it'll be 1, 5, 9, 13. Ready? 1, 5, 9, 13. 2, 6, 10, 14. 3, 7, 11, 15. 4, 8, 12, 16. Very nice. Let's get some water. I honestly can't remember if we took our picture yet today, so I'm going to hold this up and we're going to smile with intent, everybody, just for a second or two. Ready? We have to practice smiling. All right, did you know? These are some longer sentences, so it does make it more challenging. Let's just take it one word at a time, so it'll be Antarctic blue whales, okay, like that. Antarctic blue whales are the largest animals on Earth. Okay, now speak out more. Antarctic blue whales are the largest animals on Earth. Next. Their calls reach 188 decibels. Read it with more intent. Ready? Their calls reach 188 decibels. And just to give you an idea of decibels, normal conversation for humans is between 72 and 78 decibels. So these are really loud. 188 decibels is very loud. All right, here we go together. A killer whale's brain can weigh as much as 15 pounds. Again, with more intent. Every word with intent. Ready? A killer whale's brain can weigh as much as 15 pounds. And this is a long sentence, so take it one word, throw each word in front of you. Ready? Seahorses, sea dragons, and pipefish are the only animals where males get pregnant and give birth. Did you know that? Let's read it again. Ready? Seahorses, sea dragons, and pipefish are the only animals where males get pregnant and give birth. Now you can impress all your friends tonight at the dinner table. All right, take a sip of water with intent. I'm going to share a did you know fact about me that you might not know. Actually, I'll share two of them, which they seem kind of like they don't go together, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Number one, I will tell you that I am an introvert. People do not believe that about me. I am able to do these sessions because I care about you and I want to help you. But if you were to see me at a cocktail party, I'll be the one in the corner, or not talking to anybody. So I am an introvert. And another did you know fact, and you think about a did you know fact you want to share about yourself. Another did you know fact was I grew up in a Lebanese community in the Maronite Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas, and we would have an event every year and we would have Lebanese dancing. So I grew up Lebanese dancing. You might call it belly dancing. My aunt was the instructor, and I could Lebanese dance because I wasn't talking to anybody. All right, here we go. I'm going to ask you this question. Name one did you know fact. It doesn't have to be about yourself. It can be any interesting fact that others may not know. Say it with intent. And now this one is about yourself. Name one did you know fact about yourself that others might be surprised to learn. Let's do Dr. Boone's nonsense words, each one twice. Ready? Gula gan ga ga. Again. Gula gan ga ga. And the next one. Ku ka mangu ka. Ku ka mangu ka. You notice I held that a little bit longer at the end. Ready? Gangla, gangla. And the last one. Kukla, kukla. All right, take a sip of water. We're going to move on to the bonus reading. I will tell you it is very challenging. So we're going to take it. We're going to use a lot of intent and be very deliberate. Here's the bell. All right, did you get your sip of water? When you're reading, this is actually very good for you to do this. It's every word with intent. So it will be, if you thought sea stars. All right, let's read together. If you thought sea stars remain stagnant their entire lives, staying motionless in one place or floating with the tides, think again. We're going to read that again. We may not make it through all of the bonus reading, but I want to show you when you're reading something like this, it's better to take it in pieces. Okay, so we saw the words. Now we're going to read it again with more intent. Ready? If you thought sea stars remain stagnant their entire lives, staying motionless in one place or floating with the tides, think again. All right, one more time, more intent. If you thought sea stars remain stagnant their entire lives, staying motionless in one place or floating with the tides, think again. Keep going. On each of a sea star's 5 arms, the bottom side of the limb presents a peculiar yet extraordinary feature. Each arm contains up to 15,000 tiny little tube feet, which can orchestrate movements that walk the sea star along. Did you know that? I didn't know that either. So now, again, you can impress your family and friends at your next gathering with your newly learned facts. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very proud of you for doing your speak out exercises. And together, we're learning how to speak, swallow, and live with intent. I'll see you tomorrow.